Hello, everybody. Just wanted to talk to you real quick about guns and things that you can use to apply your mix. I think everybody knows that I'm a big time downstreamer. I just love downstream injection using a downstream injector. I just think it's the easiest way to apply, rinse, clean something. Of course, your injector's got to be able to get a strong enough mix for what you're cleaning. So we deal with a lot of green algae, occasionally run across some of the black stuff. I'm talking about on buildings and houses, not roofs. When you're cleaning roofs, you've got to have a dedicated pump, something like the King Slinger, that can get your mixes up a little bit stronger, even up to a 50% mix or stronger. But for this video, I want to talk about downstreaming. We use these guns. These are the orange Suttner guns, ST2305, easy trigger pull. So it's really easy to keep these open. It doesn't hurt your hand or your wrist. You get used to it pretty easy. They are real temperamental. So a lot of times we end up zip tying them off because you can barely touch it and it'll pull and kind of jerk you, especially if you're using an 8 gallon per minute or 10 gallon per minute machines like we do. So we'll tie a zip tie around it, and then, you know, we've got our ball valve that's coming off of our hose. It's on the bottom of it, and just turn it on and off with that if we need to. But you know, these guns, like any gun, they're going to wear out. The material in them, the springs and the balls and all that kind of stainless balls and all that from the bleach, they're going to wear out, and they're going to eventually stop working. And most of the times what happens is they'll just be stuck in an open position, and then you end up having to turn it on and off with a ball valve anyway. So this is called a downstream gun that we sell. It comes with the gun. It has a gun swivel on it, I believe. It comes with that, and then a little short wand, and then of course your nozzles are sold separately for whatever nozzles you need. But these are what we use for downstreaming houses a lot of times, buildings a lot of times. When we feel like we need to use a gun, this is what we'll use. For the most part, though, what we do is we have taken and put a 3/8 coupler together with a 1/4 inch coupler. And this allows us to put this on our ball valve. And then we don't have a gun, so we're not paying to replace guns all the time. It's a lot easier to handle, and we turn it on and off. You do want to be careful because you don't have a gun shutting this off. But if you're using these types of low pressure nozzles, where you're using a shooter tip and then a low soap nozzle and a low pressure rinse nozzle that's not putting out a lot of pressure, if you were to drop this, on the ground, it's not going to do anything. Whereas if you had like a green nozzle, let me grab one here that's rated for your machine, and you had something like this in it, and it's putting out that high pressure, and you drop it, it could start taking off and flying all over the place. So we don't ever use those types of nozzles, the ones that come with the machines. In this setup, we only use these high volume and long distance type nozzles. One of my favorite nozzles to use is the Guy Blackman original shooter tip. We can apply with that. Look at that, my little thing just fell off the ball valve, and we lost the bolt that goes in it. I'm sure that's happened to you guys a time or two. But anyway, that's my favorite shooter tip, is the Guy Blackman shooter tip. I like it a lot. They last forever. And I like it because at the end of it, it puts out kind of a, I want to say almost like a, not like a turbo tip, but it's got a little spin to it that helps in cleaning stuff that's up high. It just gives it a little bit more pressure versus the like 6.0 nozzle or whatever, where this is more just high volume of water. That's great for rinsing. You can use this for rinsing too. You know, you just let the job dictate what nozzle you're going to use. So, but anyway, these are very easy to put together. This is just a 3/8 reduced down to a 1/4 inch bushing or nipple or whatever you want to call them. And we simply put on, and this one is threaded. This is male pipe thread. You can get one like this that's female pipe thread and use the opposite, but you've got a 3/8 end that you're going to put the end that goes into your hose there. And then the 1/4 inch, which is for your nozzles. And then you can put any nozzle you want to in it. So that's two different styles that you can get. I just like this one because it's a little shorter. But you can get either one you want. And when you use these, like I said, you're not using a gun, you're just using this. You can stick a wand in it if you need to. We've done that before, and then put our nozzles out on the end of the wand. So these are just great little tools that you can use to make things a little bit easier, make your guns last a little bit longer, not have to use a gun, not have the weight of a gun. But remember, these are for applying at very, very low pressure. You don't want to use these if you're going to use a high pressure nozzle. Be very careful about that. So these types of fittings that you can get those at Lowe's, you can get them at Home Depot. If you want to get them from us, we can get them for you too. It'll be much quicker and save some money on shipping. And get them locally at a hardware store or Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, wherever you want to go. But that's how we do it. We just stick this onto the end of the ball valve like that. This is coming off the hose. That's coming off the hose. And so we just spray like that and change our nozzles as we need to. Turn it off, turn it on. It's great. Then we always have the gun if we need it too. So that's just a little tip, just a little thing that we do. Hope that helps you guys. Get you some wrap. Best cleaning product out there. Cleans a lot of things. Gutters. It's very safe to use on gutters. You're not going to stain the surfaces underneath it if it drips on it. Nothing harmful in it. This is we use it for cleaning dumpster pads. We use it for cleaning oil stains, grease, all kinds of different things. If you ever get bleach on doors or door hardware stuff, this can sometimes take it off, especially around those window frames, those dark window frames. Just lots and lots and lots of uses you can use this for. And you always want to dilute it with water. It comes with no water added to it. If you use it full strength, it's not going to do anything. You've got to add water to it to make it work. So hope that helps you guys. These are great. I love these things, putting those things together and using those, not having to carry the weight of a gun around. Sometimes we do have to use the guns, but most of the times we use those little set up like that. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope that helps you.